Since the 1990s, people from all over the world have received a series of strange phone calls dubbed the wake-up calls from an unknown caller. These calls at first, according to witnesses, seem like mundane calls from telemarketers or people calling the wrong number. Though shortly after, usually after the third or fourth call, the calls seem to take on a more eerie and bizarre air about them. Regardless of the ringtone of the phone, these particular calls' rings seem to be off. Most accounts claim that the ring will seem to contain, although faintly, people calling their name, or meowing and or barking, or beeping or ringing of an alarm, though others recount bubbling, odd mechanical noises and what seems to be a ventilator. As time goes on, however, it is reported that these anomalous sounds cease being faint, growing more and more and more until the usual ringtone is replaced entirely or almost entirely with these new sounds becoming the ringtone for these particular calls. Reports go on to state that nothing else new happens with the calls for a while. That is until roughly the 100th call, though it should be noted that the number can vary. Regardless, when this particular phone call goes on to occur, the ringing is non-stop, literally. Instead of ringing the normal limit of times a call typically does, it will ring anywhere from 28 minutes to 8 hours on end. If left unanswered, the calls will stop entirely for a while, normally 2 to 3 years. Though every once in a while after, they will get the same ominous call, although instead of displaying unknown caller, the caller ID will say, "Answer me." If the voicemail is set up, even if full, a message along the lines of, "I know you hear me calling, answer the goddamn phone, wake the fuck up," is said by an unidentified male voice. If answered, however, the answerer seems to meet an unpleasant fate, with some victims found dead from unknown causes near or with the phone, while other victims have disappeared without a trace, and even a supposed instance of an answerer being sucked into the phone. Be that as it may, there have been 3 supposed survivors who have seen what they called an other side and returned. One recalls seeing himself in a bedroom surrounded by what he assumed to be family, maybe his. One says she found herself in some sort of thing that she can only describe as a SIM-pod. The final survivor relays that he was in a hospital setting, heavily injured. While what the survivors have seen on the supposed other side are conflicting, all of them are consistent on one key detail. They were all met with this harsh and stern screaming on the other end. "Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!"